everybody. This is Isaac Ice, and I'm here at the Ventura Theater, and I'm here with a very special lady. Is it loud? A little bit? It's okay. It's music. It's rock and roll. We're here. We're having a great time. I'm here with Gina. Gina, and who are you here with?
Last Stop Cat Sanctuary.
And that's a okay. So can you tell me a little bit about what that? I mean, it's a cat sanctuary, but what is that? What do you guys do?
We take only senior terminal cats that owners can no longer care for or that shelters cannot care for, and we give them a place where they're medically safe and loved and cared for and have free roam until it's time for them to pass away.
Almost like a hospice for cats.
It is hospice, indeed.
I used to work in that profession, so I was like, when you told me that, I'm like, this is hospice for cats. How long have you guys been around?
Since about 2015. I started taking in cats in 2012, but since about 2015, we became a little bit larger than just a few cats.
So then how did this start? Did it start, like, did you start it up, or did it, like, so did you just bring in, like, did you figure there was a need for elderly cats to be kind of, like, nurtured until it's kind of time?
Yeah, I was a vet tech for 20 years. My partner is the hospital supervisor at Santa Paula Animal Rescue Center. And I used to be the medical director there, and I just kept seeing senior cats left in kennels, and no senior animal should have to pass away alone in a kennel. So,
well, that's a very commendable cause. I didn't even know. I honestly, when you said sanctuary, I've been thinking, oh, okay, well, you guys just taking cats, but specifically elderly cats that either don't want to be euthanized, that just give you a comfortable place that kind of just like, hey, again, hospice for cats.
Exactly. We have veterinarians that'll call us and say that an owner can no longer care for their cat, but it's not time for that cat to be euthanized, and they ask if we would consider taking it. And we take cats from Spark, we've taken cats from VCAS, so the need is there, and we provide it.
Well, absolutely, the need is there. I know I know a lot of cat lovers, and then those crazy cat ladies.
About 20 cats beyond crazy cat ladies. So.
You're a lunatic. It's what's happening. No, but there is. I mean, it's kind of refreshing and a little bit shocking to know that. I mean, I didn't know there was such an urge or need for elderly cats, to have a place where they can, spend their last days. And it's kind of like you don't think about this with animals, especially as an animal lover myself. As humans, we understand that your last days need to be more comfortable, but we also, especially as cat lovers, and they're part of our family, and some people, they're their children, you take care of these cats, and or these animals that they also deserve the same way as a human, in a sense, where you have that connection where, like, they do deserve, to ride out their last days in comfort and in love and in peace, you know what I mean? And that's a great thing. I didn't even know this was a thing. And I'm so excited that I'm here to talking to you because I didn't know this was such a thing existed. How can people get into this? How can people pitch in? How can people help out?
We have a Facebook page, Last Stop Cat Sanctuary. There's a Venmo sticker on there where you can donate. You can also bring litter, canned food here to the Ventura Theater, and they collect it for us and deliver it to us. That's the big need always, is food and litter. Food and litter. We go through a lot. We pay out of pocket, our own pockets. We have huge medical bills for these cats and huge food and litter bills. So every little bit helps.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I know about this. I know that I'm gonna put some more people into it because I know a lot of cat advocates that probably don't know or didn't know about it, and I didn't. I'm just kind of taken aback. I didn't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's understandable. Like I mentioned before, like just like humans, animals do need that love at the last stage. It's easy just to be like, you know what, we can euthanize them and that's easy, but that's not how we would want our loved ones to go. If they can spend a lot more time with us and we can take care of them, this is a great program. This is a great thing you guys are doing for the community, and that you guys should be commended for that. And you guys should definitely check them out.
traditional chumash. So to me, all life matters, and critters have just as much rights as we do to have food, warmth, safety, and most of all, love at the end of their lives. So, yeah.
Well, that's it. Well, this is weird. This is a great interview. I didn't know you were part Chumash. That's amazing. So you more than anyone will know the connection with animals and nature and just a spirituality with that. That's amazing. That's awesome. It seems like you found your calling and what you need to do.
I have indeed. Yeah. I live and breathe it. So.
Oh, I love it. It's a great thing. You guys check them out. Again, tell us where we can find you guys. Where do you, again? Just tell us again. Refresh us where we can help out.
On Facebook, it's Last Stop Cat Sanctuary. And there's a Venmo button that can be pushed. You can just follow us and see what we're up to, see our kitties, and you can always, if you have extra, you can deliver food, litter, anything like that here to the Ventura Theater, and they get it to us.
Perfect. You know what? Thank you so much. Thank you for taking time. Thank you for doing what you guys are doing. I think it's a really good cause. It's amazing. And keep up the good work. If there's anything that we can do and help you guys out, we will love to do it. Thanks a lot. I appreciate your time. Guys, check them out. There's Isaac guys. Check them out, and we'll be back.
She'll be sleeping in bed tonight. This is man she doesn't like. He's to the door. You know she won't put up a fight. She'll be sleeping in bed tonight. And as the heat shuts off the light, she'll turn her head and play dead. See her wanna see her cry. I guess it's better than the alternative. In that street that she can never live, getting lost like her mother did. She never found her way home. I guess it's better than the alternative. In that street that she can never live, getting lost like her mother did. Leaving her brother with her. Guess it's better than the alternative. She'll be sleeping in the bed tonight. Some guy she doesn't like, but he's got the money. And the blue heart. She'll be sleeping in the bed tonight. But he shuts off the light. She'll turn her head and play dead. You don't wanna hear her cry. I guess it's better than the alternative. She can never live. Every time you saw her standing there, she was back to where she belonged. It's better than the alternative. In that house she can never live. Getting lost like a mother did. It's better than the alternative. Whispers first, you gotta get me high. And then he tells me that she'll be alright. She won't make me cry. She'll be singing in the house tonight. When I do come around. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. My name is Scully. It's nice to meet y'all. These three beautiful men are the Weary Travelers. Everybody, give it up for the Weary Travelers. I think I was 15 when I came to my first show here. And this is my first time ever playing on this stage. And when I was 15 and I saw that punk band, I don't even know who they were, man, I was just looking at them and I thought to myself, one day, Mike, one day you'll be on that stage. And look what happened. Here I am on the stage. Right? I'll tell you, even just a couple weeks ago, I was playing at Winchester's right next door. And I was like, man, there was a band loading up for this stage. I was like, I really want to be on that stage. Like the next day, Tim called me. So I want to thank Tim. Thank you very much. Thanks for having us here. We're really excited to be here. We wrote those first two songs. We wrote this next song about my trip to Nashville when I went to get all my dreams made. And I got invited out there by this really exclusive club, and it was all for only the best musicians, you know. And I got there, and it turned out to be a church that was recruiting new members. So I went home the next day with my buddy Brian. We drove all the way home from Nashville, Tennessee, with our tails between our legs. And that story is really just to give Alec time to get his little lap steel ready. You ready, Alec? I'm ready. Alright, this song you can see on YouTube. We just released it last week. Everyone seems to like it, and you will too. This song's called Give Me a Train. Here we go.
Thank you, I appreciate that a lot. I can't see any of your faces, but I imagine you guys are just in awe of our talents right now. So, we appreciate that very much. Hey, I want to say three things real quick. Number one, the alternative, a really great one I played right before that last one I played. I co-wrote that with an amazing man. His name is Jason Appleton. He's in the audience right now with his mom and a friend. He's right over there somewhere. Jason, we love you, man. Thank you very much. Give it up for Jason Appleton. He also stars in the music video. The other star of that music video is right next to Jason right now. So there's some people in the audience you guys want to know. The other thing I want to say is, this man right here, his name is Carl Prescott. Give it up for Carl on the bass. We got Rick Swagger over here on the drums. Keep this in time. Most of the time. And our good buddy Alec over there on lead guitar and lap steel metal. And my name is Scully, I play the guitar, I sing. Alright, this next song, a little bit about me, just to get personal with you a little bit. I'm a divorced man. I know, it sucks. But when I got divorced originally, I moved out of my house and I moved into Brian's. And he's over here in the backstage, y'all can't see him, but I moved into his house. And I was in his garage, and I was gonna put all this pain into a song. And I really feel like this one did it. It captured exactly how I was feeling when my wife started seeing another man. And I hope you guys enjoy it. This song is titled Contract to Killer. Y'all want to know a secret? I killed the band. No, I'm just kidding. I hate that song. but the band makes me play it every time. That's also on YouTube.
What do you guys think? Do you guys like that one?
Was it good or
We're
not?
gonna take a poll. See? They like it.
Yeah, that's like a quarter of the crowd.
Who doesn't like it? Can I hear it?
Hey, round of applause. Is there any astrophysicists out there today? What? Really? I ask that every show, but it's nice enough. Hey, I was like in love, you know, with this girl, and she wasn't around me, and I'm really dramatic, so I was outside staring at the stars. I like astrology and all that kind of stuff, or I should say astronomy. I don't like astrology, I don't really into that, but anyway, I'm sitting there, there's this theory out there called the Multiverse Theory. The Multiverse Theory says basically anything that could happen is happening right now in some parallel universe, right? Any possibility of chance happenings is happening right now somewhere. So I was sitting there thinking, somewhere out there in that multiverse, I am with that woman I love. And that kind of made me feel better. That night I wrote this next song. You could probably guess the title. The song's called Multiverse. I'm going to dedicate it to that woman that I love. She's still not around. That's okay, you know what I mean? I didn't play Ventura until today, so you never know what might happen tomorrow. We also like to count down from 3 on this one. The 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. This is a space song. So we're going to do that. You guys feel free to join us, ready? Count us off, right? 2, 3, 2, 1.
Each star turns to stone, 'cause they know they're
next song. I give it up for John Espinoza, who was on here before us. That guy. I really like his sound. I followed him. I'm looking forward to hearing his music. If y'all want to follow us, it's at Mike Scully Music. It's at Mike Scully with a C. Music spelled the regular way. S-C-U-L-L-Y. This next song I wrote for my uncle. He passed away a couple years ago with cancer, but before he was a huge basketball fan. He was a big Golden State fan. Before he passed, he got to see him win the championship. That was pretty cool. But he was a big basketball fan, and he was also a big Irish drinking kind of like badass guy. And he would make fun of me if I wrote a song about how sad I was he was dead. So I tried to not do that, but I also still wanted to commemorate his memory. This song's on Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, all that good stuff you guys want to hear. The song's called Basketball in Heaven. We also like to dedicate it to Kobe Bryant after he passed a couple years ago. And then real quick, we'd like to dedicate it to LeBron James. I'm not sure if y'all ever saw Space Jam 2, but we're sure his acting career is dead after that. Here we go.
There's a summer side of me hoping you'll stay, and an echo of your words that did not fade. How will your next chapter read? Will it lead you astray? Here with you, all I can think to say is gonna be a lot more basketball in there. It's gonna be a lot more cracking jokes and laughing too loud. It's gonna be some real deep thinking late night, drinking, blinking at the other team's crowd. It's gonna be a lot more basketball in there now.
100% chance that we're gonna get super awkward as soon as this like starts for real. So this is the gold right here.
Well, we'll try to keep it as fluid as we can. Do you want? We can start without him, and then if he comes in, we could just make a thing. It's fine. It's not a.
There he is.
Oh, he made it. Hey, what's up? This is Isaac, guys, from Roy Like District Show and No Cover Podcast. We're here with Mike Scully and the Weary Travelers, guys. Thanks so much for coming out and hanging out. Thank you for making it. I think you were lost a little bit. Yeah. I appreciate you. So I appreciate you guys being here. So so just off the bat, just in case you get like, so for someone that's tuning in right now and they don't know what kind of music you play or what you do, what kind of genre is it, and how long have you guys been a band?
Been a band for a couple years now. COVID, it seems like it's been a lot shorter, but it has been a couple years. As far as the genre of music, I write all the songs, and I write kind of whatever I want at that time. So we have some country songs, we have some rock and roll songs, we have some like singer-songwriter songs. I don't know what we would classify ourselves as. Do you Americana, I guess, or?
That's a good general term too. I only recently heard the term y'alternative, and I immediately went, yeah, that's what we are.
Alternative.
Yeah, but alt country or greater Americana, I sometimes say.
And just to be clear, so what ends up happening, everybody asks me, what kind of music is it? And we tell them Americana, and they all go like, oh, no, and I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean by that? So we don't even know. So, but
It's a general term.
I mean, and a consensus, I guess, once you hear it, you'll understand what it is. You guys have been a band for, what was it? It was 2018, 19? Or is it have you pieced together people in and out? How does that? Yeah.
So we were in like a cover band, me, Carl, and Rick, for a while with a couple other people. Well, it's just cover songs mostly. Rock and roll. We played Boston. We played Linda Ronstadt. We played a lot of oldies. And then we kind of broke that off and started playing us three, and then went on tour right before COVID. Was that February 2020, right? And then things were starting to happen. And then we found Alec right as COVID started. We just posted online, asked for a bunch of people to come and do rehearsals. Yeah.
So we have you.
So I'm Mike Scully. Yes. I'm the rhythm guitar player. And then here.
I'm Rick Swigert. I'm the grandfather, and I've been playing drums forever. But I play drums for him, do some percussion stuff on our slower tunes, and a little bit of vocals.
I'm Alec DeCurvor. I play lead guitar, electric guitar, and similar contraptions.
my name's Carl Prescott. I'm the bass player. I just kind of hang out back there with the drummer and watch Mike for the changes and try to keep up.
And I love the diversity in a sense where you have, the old school and then the new guys. It's kind of like I like that. That's kind of.
So the name, the Weary Travelers, is because they're so old. And we were touring before COVID. We were touring, and I was like, we're gonna be the Weary Travelers, And then I wanted to be old dogs, new tricks, but they didn't like that. So the Weary Travelers is what it ended up being.
They're old. I'm just tired.
What has it? How has it been? Either challenging or easier? You let me know how you guys were able to, keep relevant or keep your music. Has there been a lot of writing? Has there been a lot of searching for maybe different sounds? Like, what's the process through the last 2 years of what's been going on here?
Well, speaking for myself, there's been a lot of writing. I write a lot of sad, lonely folk songs, so it worked out really well when everything shut down, and I could write. I was lonely and sad, so I wrote plenty of new songs at first. And then as far as staying out there, we did some online gigs, right? We did a charity benefit for the San Francisco Folk Festival that one day. We played a few gigs here and there, but we rehearsed every week consistently. We've played every week. We've written together. We've done things.
I think one of the biggest things, I guess you'd say benefits, the way we took advantage of this pandemic, we've been really working on our album the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
So we pretty much have it all tracked, and we're in the process of the final mixes, a little bit of editing left, and then mastering, so hopefully we'll be able to get that out pretty soon. But it did allow us to focus a lot more on that, and some out-of-town studios, a lot of stuff, here local that we worked on ourselves and stuff like that.
I'm a full-time musician, so I when COVID first hit, I saw this whole life and career I'd been trying to build, it was like a day when it all just vanished. So like having this to just like do every week, like we never stopped rehearsing. We would do it like outside, even when things were like really freaking scary. But we would rehearse outside, and we kept rehearsing, and that really kept me sane, I think, during like the most like extreme phases of the lockdown. And then by and by we all got our shots, and then now things are opening up again. I feel like we came out of that like ready to melt faces.
For me, I mean, I really feel like we started to gel and started to accelerate the music when we went on the Southwest tour. And we ended up going across, we went to Bullhead City, we went to Albuquerque, New Mexico, Dallas, and we ended up playing Saturday night in New Orleans, which was just, really phenomenal. And we come back, COVID hits, it's like, what the, we just were starting to feel like we had momentum, and then boom, Alec came in, and Alec changed.
He showed us that we didn't have the momentum we thought.
Right, right. He changed the flavor of the band because he's extraordinary as a guitar player, and just kind of brought us up to the next level. And then Mike's writing, accelerated, and and our ability to gel together started to come together. So it's like it's been really a lot of fun. A lot of nervousness. Trying to do. We opened for the Temptations a couple months ago. We've done some cool things. That are in the pocket, and we're just ready for just the floodgates to let go and give us a chance. So.
I've interviewed, a countless amount of bands, and one of the things that I have noticed, especially in the last 2 years, is the artists that do what you guys do, focus on either an album or continuously use that downtime, because if they didn't have gigs or whatever, focus and tune their sound or look for new sound or new music or new inspiration. And then once, like you said, once things start opening up, they hit the ground running, and they're easier transition in because they felt like they never lost a step. And that's what, and that's what any bands that are out there that are wondering how to do. Take these guys' example is that to hone it down, craft it, and that's what gives you guys more of success, especially that you guys, and especially when you guys said you guys were, on tour. I know how deflating that could have been, where you guys are starting to think you're gelling, you're going, and all of a sudden, like everyone else who was trying to hit it, COVID hits, and all of a sudden everything shuts down. But what do? You guys persevere, and you guys continue forward, and that's commendable for you guys, and I'm glad you guys were able to kind of go through with that and keep going forward. Are you guys, I don't know, again, this might be a dumb question because I don't know really much about, are you guys all local? Are you guys from here, or how did you guys end up coming in here and especially at the theater and putting on a show?
Well, I'm a Ventura County resident. I think I'm the only Ventura County resident right now. But they're local. Carl's lived in Ventura County. I don't know. Rick lives in L.A.
San Fernando Valley.
And then this guy's a Hollywood kind of guy. Yeah. We found him on LA Music's Facebook page. Yeah.
I'll be there shortly, sir.
Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, I met Tim. I was I won the VCMA for Artist of the Year like 2 years ago. So Chris, no, that's fine, man. Chris Austin and Tim, we love Chris. We were just in Nashville with Chris, actually. He brought us to all the places. We played a bunch of shows out there with him. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, that's how I met these guys. And ever since then, they've asked me to play the bar crawl. And anytime there's an event, Tim's always really cool about bringing it up.
Yeah, Tim is one of the things that he won't ever admit this, and I will be able to do this. I'm not Tim. He's put a lot of work into getting the local people to do stuff, and a lot of people, he's a good dude. He likes to put people, like especially for you, he likes to give people the opportunity, especially here in the county, locally grown artists to, push that out. So Tim, that's your shout out for you. Go suck yourself off. All right, cool. Anyway, so here's another thing that that's the kind of podcast we have. Yeah, exactly. To throw you a curveball. So tell me about this album, right? You guys said you guys are honing in this album. Tell me, what you put into it. What can we expect? What just promote that shit right now.
Well, I feel like Rick's done the most. Do you want to answer that question, man? Here.
Well, for me, it's been a really big growth thing because I'm the guy who has the home studio. So I'm running the Pro Tools and getting a little bit better at, my editing and my skills. And really for me, this is probably just, as a drummer, what it's done for me is that it allows me to listen to the music in a whole different way. When you're editing and you're listening, more not necessarily a producer's ear, but rather than playing the drums, I'm listening to the whole thing much more. So when you do an album and you do stuff like that, and you're sitting in there and you're listening to these things over, then you really get to focus on those finer points that you're hearing, right? And how rhythms overlap, or a sound of a guitar. And that's how you get it to breathe and really kind of come to life more than on stage, where it's a whole different sound when you're on stage and live. You know, it's just this big sound. In the studio, man, it shows every little thing, and you really, as an artist, get to focus on what you're doing in there. It's been huge for I think for us, for growth of that too. And a lot of effort, a lot of work. A lot of work goes into putting into an album, man. It's a lot of work.
I think that when people ask me like how it's going, work on the album, I always think of the songwriting process. So I really think that making an album is so much more than people realize, right? Because those, first of all, the 10, 11 songs we have on the upcoming album, we had to live that experience, go through all that turmoil, and then figure out a way to artistically put it to words and music and make it somewhat enjoyable to listen to, right? That's what I think. I'm not a technical individual. I have no idea how the studio works. That's why he does everything. I have no idea, and I'm not really interested in it. I like writing the song. So as far as when you ask me, how's that album going? It's done, in my eyes. It's already done. But they're still all working on it.
I mean, one thing that's been helpful, like, yeah, we have a band leader here who's like a talented songwriter who knows how to hustle. So he won himself a songwriting contest, and we got to fly out to Nashville to record about half the album over there at a really nice studio. So yeah, Dark Horse Institute, is that what they're called? Is that the Dark Horse Studios? Yeah, great experience recording 5 songs over there. So yeah, we got like a big chunk of it done in a nice studio, and then the rest of it is home recordings. So it's gonna be our mix engineer is gonna have a fun time making that, like getting those songs to all jive with each other. But I'm excited to hear it when it's done. I think we've only got like a couple more songs to track, and I don't know if we can put an estimate on the release date yet, but it'll be this year. Mike Scully and the Weary Travelers album this year, everybody.
I'm excited to see how the editor, because I just noticed we all have hats on. So I'm like I'm an honorary member of the band right now with this. Like, just the thumbnail, I'm one of the weirdly travelers here. Really? Yeah.
To be clear, these three made it really clear that I'm not a weary traveler. They won't allow me to be. When we came up with a name, I did ask, let's drop the Mike Skull, we'll be the weary travelers. And they're like, no, I don't, yeah. So
I guess you could be one, but you're in with me now.
Okay, so we all know you're musicians, and that's probably one of your main things. But what do you guys like to do when you're not writing? What do you guys have any interesting talents, either hobbies that people might know about, or what do you guys just do when you're not focusing on music?
It still revolves around music. In my day job, I teach guitar. I do things like that. I do live sound. I do things. I own a company that does above the bar entertainment services in Simi Valley, and so we have a lot of fun. But everything seems to surround music. Music is the connection between me and the chaos over here, right? It separates me and it kind of like opens it up. And the nice thing, like lately. We just got 2 new songs, like in the last couple weeks. Mike brought them, and we started to do it. I had written some lyrics that we just talked about today. Maybe we're gonna write a song and let one of us other people, get in on the game, But the idea is like,
we'll see.
Yeah, and we're just blowing up right now, and it's like so invigorating, right? We're thinking about different kinds of harmonies and strengthening, maybe a female keys or different things that we're like wondering, hey, how would that sound? Or harmonicas, or one of those jaw harps, whatever the thing is. I don't know. I'm just kidding, man.
I was gonna say, it's a good position when what Carl was saying, when you're wanting to put out a record. And it's hard to decide which ones to put on because you have more songs to choose from, right? And it's funny because it's like these are the ones we want to put on there, but we're writing these newer songs. It's like, oh man, I wish I could put that on the record too. So it'll be cool, right? If the record does well, or even if it doesn't, we're going to be doing another record, right? Because that's just what you do. You just keep, doing records, putting them out, and it shows how a band grows anyway, or what they change and what they go through. So we're in that place, which is a really nice place to have things to choose from, and the writing seems to get more inspired.
And then as far as like outside of music, my life is really a lot about music, but I have kids. I spend most of my time with them. and then I do also work at this moment. And so, yeah, that's my thing. But as far as that's what I do. I do music. I play piano. I play guitar. I sing. I write songs. I write poems. Everything has to do with it.
Same thing too, right?
I'd say you asked us about like what our other interests are, and we all just kept talking about music. So we're all basically like, we have no other interests. I mean, I don't know, man. I'll binge watch a TV show like any millennial.
What show are you watching right now?
Oh, right now let's see. I'm getting through Bob's Burgers right now because it's just comfort.
Are you excited for the movie?
There's gonna be a movie? I'm hearing this right now. Oh my God!
Burgers movie happening.
You heard it here first, or at least I did, ladies and gentlemen. That's great news. That's the best. I'm so happy now.
Once you're done with Ozark, once you're done with Bob Burger, watch Ozark.
That's the one?
That's what I'm watching now.
See, he knows.
Ozark, and I just finished Yellowstone and Dexter, the new season.
Yes, Dexter. I was as a Dexter fan. I felt like I don't want to get spoilers. I'm gonna tell you some spoilers. I wish they would have done more with the Batista thing. Yeah. But you know what? I'm just gonna let people be creative and do their thing. You know. Yeah, but definitely Ozark. That you should watch that. And what I don't know what other one. Oh, Midnight Mass. If you haven't seen it, Yellowstone's good. That's a good one. But those ones after you're done binging Bob's Burgers.
It'll take a while.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys. I'm excited to hear you guys' sound. Where can we find you? Where can we expect the album? Or are you dropping it where we're dropping it? And just sell your guys' stuff right now.
I mean, you can follow me and basically all the band stuff at Mike Scully Music. Mike spelled M-I-K-E, Scully with a C, S-C-U-L-L-Y, music spelled the regular way. And I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. And then let's be friends. That's a big one. The album will drop everywhere that streaming is available. We have an EP out now, or I do, so you can look it up and follow on Spotify and Apple and Amazon, all that kind of stuff. It's just Mike Scully.
Videos on YouTube.
Oh yeah, and the YouTube. So there's some video series coming out. The Van Nuys sessions. We're 2 in. There's one more coming out, which will be probably next week. And that's youtube.com/Mike Scully Music. Everything's Mike Scully Music right now until we get the Weary Traveler situation figured out. Yeah. You guys want to say your social medias or anything?
I mean, I think we went with Mike Scully and the Weary Travelers largely to avoid having to make a new Instagram. But you can follow me at ADK Music. I post mostly Mike Scully stuff, but also other stuff that I'm doing and occasionally dumb jokes.
So, Above the Bar Entertainment Services is part of my work around Southern California, LA County, Ventura County. It's also on Facebook and Instagram, both of them.
Do you have anything to plug over there?
I'm a grandpa, man.
Perfect. Where?
What the fuck is Instagram?
I don't know. Where are we going for bingo night? You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Thanks so much.
We'll see you guys. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Are we clear, as they say?
Yeah.
Good job.
Perfect.
What was your name, man?
Isaac.
Dude, thank you so much, man. That was awesome.